What's up guys, it's Ethos here. Today I am bringing you the how to lurk with Yoru tutorial slash guide. Now as you can tell, I'm live here as I do stream every day on Twitch at twitch.tv/ethos. So if you guys want to be a part of this, what's going on over here, just head on over to twitch.tv/ethos. I stream a lot, like 12 hours a day pretty much, maybe 8 hours at least, and I'm there every day, so come hang out. Anyways, let's get right into the tutorial. Hey, what's going on guys, Ethos here. Just wanted to say all these clips are taken from my stream. I stream every day at twitch.tv/ethos, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and join my Discord server down below. Enjoy the video. So basically in this video, I won't really be going over how to use Yoru as aggressively, but more so how to use him as a lurker, because that's honestly his best role. You see a lot of lurking duelists, using, you talk trash about them because, like, a lurking Reyna, lurking Jett, lurking Raze, whatever, is pretty useless, right? Because you should be more used to grouping with your team, making space and whatnot, and you're usually not there for the deciding moment of the round. Whereas Yoru is actually a duelist that's made for lurking, and I think a lot of teams, a lot of people don't realize that, and that's why people don't use him in pro play, because they only think that he's only good for trying to make these stupid aggressive plays that usually don't work very well because people don't know how or when to use. But I'll go over to, I'll go over how to use Yoru aggressively in a different video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get value out of Yoru's kit just by lurking, not playing aggressively, but by maintaining map control, exploiting space and holes that the enemy team leaves for you, and getting value for your team in that way. Specifically, we'll just be showing Icebox, as an example, but I'll be talking about things in a very general sense that can be applied to any map. But Icebox is definitely a very easy map to lurk on and to show you how to exploit it, because it's such a big map. There's a lot of different holes you can take advantage of, and there's a lot of huge rotations that come in from the defender side that'll just help give you tells on when to push in. So starting off on T side, obviously this is where you're going to be doing most of the lurking, right? Now before I get into this, I just want to preface this with saying that you should not be lurking every single round, not every round. Know when to group up with your team, know when your team wants to change the pace. As an attacker, you guys should have an idea of how you want to approach each round. Do you want to start off with the slow default? Do you want to start off with an aggressive default to get map control? Or do you want to start off with just a straight up hit? Like, do you want to just straight up pop on a site? If you're gonna pop on a site, then you probably just want to group with your team and have all 5 there, right? It's gonna be fast. You're just trying to get bomb site. You're not just trying to get map control. You're trying to get bomb site and get bombed down very fast. So you don't really want to be lurking in this situation, right? So know when to lurk, know when it's useful to lurk, but also know when not to lurk, okay? The biggest thing about Yoru is that he has a teleport, right? And this recharges every 35 seconds, and he can just throw it at the beginning of the round. This allows him to basically be on the opposite side of the map as his team, but still have the ability to lurk, and then also have the option to regroup with his team when they need him. So for example, let's say you have all 4 of your teammates, right, working to get A main control and A nest and pipes and all that, orb control, all of that, fighting for this control over here, showing a lot of presence. This is an aggressive default here that your team is doing. In the meantime, maybe you have a killjoy turret set up here just so they can't get flanked from mid. You can be all the way at B, kind of listening for maybe a defender who gets a little too eager, seeing all that presence on the A site. A lot of defenders will try and, just maybe grab this orb or just try to walk through and push in. And if you're just chilling here waiting for that, then you get a free kill. That's a free pick, and you can call your team to come back and rotate. You have to communicate very clearly with your team that you are going to be lurking and that they should not be committing to the site, and that they should be ready at any moment to come back and pull out and rotate to the other side if you get a pick or get a nice timing or get good map control. What it would look like is, your entire 4 of your teammates go over here, you throw a TP over here, and then this is how you start the round. You come over here maybe, and you can just sit. You can just sit for the first 10 seconds and just wait. Listen, hear for what the enemy team is doing, right? See if they're going to push up. Maybe they tap orb or something. Also, what's great, if you don't have a killjoy, you can come back here and you can spot the mid lurk as well, which is really common. I've gotten so many kills, so many first picks from people trying to get a little too eager and just push up right away aggressively, especially in ranked. So if an enemy runs through here, they hear 4 people towards A, they're going to be looking this way, and it's a free kill. Their back will be turned to you. Also here, people who are going to be walking through won't be expecting you here and whatnot. So it's obviously very great just to pick off people who are going to aggressively lurk behind or flank behind your team. And what this does also is condition the enemy team to not want to flank, because they're going to be worried about you. They don't know where you are. So this will also make it harder for the defense side to take advantage of taking space. Just because there's 4 of your teammates over here doesn't mean your enemy team can be comfortable taking mid or B long, for example, because you could be there and they could be a free kill for you. Another great thing is, let's say, your TP's over there, your teammates are taking A main control, they're making a lot of noise, and then you hear someone rotate off. You hear someone maybe rotate off from long or from yellow, or someone running down orange. That's usually a good cue for you to start walking up, because now when you walk up, you get all this space for free. And there's so many times where I can come out here and I can clear all of this and say yellow's clear, B side's clear. Guys, everyone stay there for a second and then get ready. Everyone get ready to come back to me. You have to be very vocal and communicative to your team. Everyone get ready to rotate back to me. I have B site. Do not commit to A, because if your team commits to A and you're over here and your TP disappears, then you're basically useless. You are nowhere near your team at the deciding moment of the round. And when I get into kitchen, I mean, there's probably a lot of clips of me doing this. I'll be in kitchen and I have a great aggressive position to cut off rotates and, you know, this choke point here. People rotating through snowman or people rotating through under tube. All this will kind of be cut off by me. And another thing is if your TP disappears here, right, but your teammates are now rotating back here, you can throw a TP back to the B site like that, and that'll basically allow you to get a couple picks on the rotators and then TP back out. Actually, this TP didn't really make it far out. No, like that. That'll go over towards danger. So by doing this, you maintain map control for your team while they aggressively take A main. One of the biggest flaws of aggressive defaults that usually ranked teams do is that they just give up map control everywhere else. They try to commit to this side and then they run into a wall, whether it be utility like mollies or whatever, or, you know, we just can't fight out and get space and get map control. Now we have no control over mid or B or anything, so now we have to go and spend time and utility trying to clear this back out to have more options now. Having a lurker here will kind of keep your options open and also make it so that it's a very viable option to actually just pull out and come over towards B. If your team is here and they actually get like let's say, you know, something good happens and they get 2 free picks, they get 2 entries on A, right? Then that's probably a good time for you to just TP over and group with your team, because if they got 2 picks on A, then they're just gonna go take site. So now you lurking is gonna be pretty useless. You should probably just group back and come here and just, you know, fight from belt and help your team hold back side for them while they plant. That's also important too. You don't want to be on the other side of the map with no value. If your team's already taking A site, they already have A site, they got 2 picks, go back and group with your team. That is what makes Yoru viable as a lurker, is that he has the TP ability to group back with his team. Being a lurker, you have to be very cautious of your timing and know when to go back and when to go forward. Another thing that I like to do, you know, especially if we're taking A, and, you know, let's say it's been a couple rounds in and, you know, you've killed the guy pushing B, you've killed the guy pushing mid, you know that they're going to be wary of pushing flank, so they probably won't push flank anymore. They're probably scared of it. So now what you can do instead, you know, maybe set footsteps, you know, towards B or whatever, right, to screw with the killjoy or whoever, or, you know, just cause noise and keep people on their toes or whatever. You can actually go here while your teammates are scaling up A. You can get into this aggro position here. Obviously your TP is still over here to go back if you need to, and if you hear them all rotate out, you don't get a flank kill, then maybe you go forward. You're in a great spot here while your teammates are all fighting for sight here, and you don't think that they're going to expect this. They probably won't, honestly, especially if this is the first time you ever do it. You look through here and you get a free 2, maybe 3 kills here from screens, and you can essentially win the round. Also, if this is not an option, you hear that there are people fighting. Let's say your TP is over here by belts, right? And you hear people running towards ramp, and, you know, you come out and let's say there's a guy holding you, right? A guy shoots at you and you come back. You're like, oh, there's a guy here, right? So then, like, okay, well, I'll just TP back then. You don't have to commit to it. Don't commit to it. Only you have to, as a lurker, you have to recognize the right moment to push forward and flank, and the right moment to go back and regroup with the team. And that's what Yoru allows you to. It's a getaway free card, you know? That's pretty much what Yoru is. So you can literally just TP back over towards A for free and just group with your teammates if this flank doesn't work out. And another thing, even if you can't get the flank going on, this is still good because it applies pressure from this area on the boiler and the screen guys. So they're gonna not be able to fully focus your team as they're trying to take site, because they're gonna be worried about getting flanked. So there's gonna be at least one person wary of you who can't focus on the site now. Other things I like to do lurking, you know, is, you know, maybe if I don't want to flank A and they still haven't committed A, maybe lurking through kitchen instead, right? And getting a free pick, especially if they don't have a sage who walls this off. We're going to tube, anything, or maybe even getting, you know, over here as well. Even if they're not going to commit to A, even pushing up here is a great spot to try and cut off a rotate maybe. And now, same thing on the reverse side. If you want to switch it up and your teammates want to take B long control and do an aggressive B hold here for aggressive B default, you can throw your TP over here. Maybe, you know, some footsteps here, and then come and sit back here, right here, and you will get so many free kills from people who aggress through A, trying to push kills, aggress through mid, trying to get kills on the flank, right? it's Icebox. People flank all the time, but not when you're playing Yoru, not when you're lurking, because there's a danger now of them getting caught by your lurk. So now you're gonna be here. There's so many kills where people will come out here. They won't, obviously they're gonna hear 4 towards B main. So when they come around this corner, they're gonna be focused, you know, towards B garage. And when they come through here, they're gonna be worried about people holding from maybe spawn or something. And this is a free kill right here. It works even better if you have a killjoy on your team, so you don't have to constantly check to see if they're going through mid, and you can just kind of hold for this one push right here. Also be wary though, because there is a way for people to silent jump onto belt. I think jets or something, I don't know, people have been doing it. They just, you know, they silently get onto belt without you hearing it, so be careful of that as well. So another option for lurking that you can do is start off the round actually taking aggressive map control with your team, and then having a TP to go lurk later in the round, to flank later in the round, to catch off flankers. So for example, let's say your team is taking B here, right? Your team is taking B, you get B long control, and what's most important is that the enemy team sees you. So they know you're not holding flank this time. They're gonna think, oh, it's actually safe to push flank this time. They're gonna be like, Yoru, the person who is usually lurking, is now grouped with them. So you can actually push flank now, is what the enemy team will think. But now once you, let's say you get up to this point, you get your team up to yellow and up to sight, you can TP back and you will get so many free kills because they can't even hear you back here. You get so many free kills on people coming from A, coming from mid, trying to flank. You get free kills there. Another good thing is, right, once you show presence here, is maybe if you throw your TP, like, I don't know, like back here, and let's say you have a killjoy turret that's already watching the flank, and let's say you aggress up and, you know, the same thing, get orb control, get B long control, get yellow control, and you get the sage wall down, and bomb is you know, ready to be planted. You can TP back here, right? And maybe even if you have the TP, if it regenerated in this time, which, you know, ideally it would have, you can throw your TP back here, over there, towards B long, while you come and, you know, do the flank through mid, which is super common again on B plants here, where most teams won't be expecting you to be here, and you come over here and you can maybe get 1 or 2 free kills, maybe even win the round. But what's important about having that TP towards long is that, let's say this sage is walled off, or let's say they spot you, right? Then you need to be able to cancel this idea and TP back and group back with your team and help fight in the post plan and come back here. Again, there's no point lurking all the way through mid if your entire team just dies and now you're in mid, and now it's going to be like a 1v3, and now they're going to look around and expect you to be on the flank. No point doing that. And again, to apply the same principle here about being there for the aggressive map control and then coming back for the flank, is you can throw your TP here still, right? And come over here towards A. While your teammates take this, you know, you can get all the way up, get all this control, front side control, get into Jenny, 410 control, and also just plant sight. And then you can TP back here to either 1, catch off flank, or 2, just fight from belt, or 3, if you want, go all the way around and hopefully your TP is respawned, so you can still leave a TP here if that doesn't work out. It's about having options. That's what Yoru provides you. That's what his TP provides you, is having the option to either lurk or regroup, to cut off flanks, to apply pressure, to take space. These are all things that are unique to Yoru, and that's how teams and players can get value out of Yoru without trying to make stupidly aggressive plays, you know, just TP flashing into sight, trying to get behind people and whatnot, and just making space, which you can do at a high level still. But this is how you can get value out of Yoru, and that's what he provides for the team that no other agent can. Anyways, guys, that about does it on my lurking Yoru guide, how to lurk with Yoru tutorial. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. I'm live every day at twitch.tv/ethos, doing all kinds of stuff with Yoru and other agents. I play other agents too, but I like Yoru a lot as well. And I hope you guys really found something useful from this video. You know, be it you're, you know, a pro, a complete beginner, you know, intermediate, advanced, whatever. I really hope that you guys, you know, found something useful out of this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.